In this video, we are going to talk about attributes of shapes. Attributes. An attribute is the way that you would describe something. So for example, you could say that Mr. Siemens has long hair. That's an attribute. Mr. Siemens has 2 legs. That's an attribute. Or 2 arms and a body. That is not the best picture of Mr. Siemens that I've seen. But you get the idea. So attributes of shapes are ways that we can describe shapes. One way that we can describe shapes is by describing the number of vertices. Vertices is plural for vertex, which means the corners, where 2 lines join. So on this shape here, this green rectangle, we have a vertex right here, and here, and here, and here. So we can describe the shape by saying it has 4 vertices. Another way that we can describe shapes is by describing equal length sides. So if you look at this green rectangle, you'll notice that this side here is the same length as that side up there. And at the same time, this side here is equal to this side in length. So we could say that this shape has 2 pairs of equal length sides, or opposite sides that are equal in length. And the way we mark equal length sides is by using what's called a hatch mark. A hatch mark. It's like this. Those are hatch marks. And because I put 1 on each of those sides, it means those sides are equal length. If I do this, it means the sides with 2 hatch marks are equal length. So they combine. So that means this side and this side are the same length. This side and this side with 1 hatch mark each are also the same length. Another way to describe a shape is to think about parallel lines. Parallel lines, like these 2 lines here, are lines that are always the same distance apart. Like train tracks, you'll notice the distance apart here and the distance apart here are the exact same. They don't get closer together or further away from each other. These lines are not parallel because the distance between them here is different than the distance between them here. So parallel lines mean they have to be the same distance apart all the time. Looking at our green rectangle, do you see parallel lines? This line and this line are parallel. They're the same distance apart here as they are here. They don't get any closer or further apart from each other. They stay the same distance apart, like train tracks. In order to mark parallel lines, we use an arrow. So that means those 2 lines are parallel. Now you might be thinking, Mr. Siemens, what about this line here and this line here? Are those parallel? And you would be right. Those 2 are parallel. But I don't want to mark them just with 1 arrow, because that would mean all the lines are parallel. I have to mark this set with 2 arrows. And that means the lines with 1 arrow connect, so that means they're parallel with each other. And the lines with 2 arrows go together and are parallel with each other. So this rectangle has 2 sets of parallel lines. Here's the first set, and here's the second set, right there. So remember, to mark equal length sides, we use hatch marks, like that. Those are equal length, and these 2 are equal length. And we can also mark parallel by using arrows. When you use 1 arrow, those lines go together. If there's 2 arrows, it means that the lines with 2 arrows kind of match together to make parallel lines. And that's how we describe different attributes of shapes.